MSCI is still climbing here. Some relative weakness here. A robot cheap stock now. It used to be. Gold looks like it's coming in here. Another gold stock, yeah. Gold miners are getting a little weak here. Pepsi coming up, don't like to see that. Amazon red, but moving up here, trying to close that gap. Coming right up toward a pivot point. This pony, this was one that was strong yesterday. Not really doing much here. SMCI Super Micro. PayPal offer earnings. Again, Google coming up toward the pivot point as well. Microsoft with earnings tomorrow. gold's still, oops, gold a little weak here. That's ego right there. That's Eldorado gold coming in just below the 15 right now.
Watching AREB, volume in the name, to host a strategic board meeting and exclusive dinner for investors at Mar-a-Lago, AREB. On AREB, now halted. Currently up over 8.5% following that release.
This Aploven coming in, very, very volatile stock, very volatile stock, but coming down here. Still bullish on the daily chart though. What's coming in right now?
On DECK, Deckers seen some activity in the May 113 calls, over 2,000 contracts. That's on Deckers, DECK. On AREB, resumes from halt, up over 18%.
Get any questions here? If we give us a market, again, pretty choppy today. SPY came up nicely, now it's coming back down again, coming back down toward the VWAP, coming back down toward the 550.50 level again. GWRE, nice breakout, Ollie, GWRE. Guide where, yeah, nice break in GWRE. Very nice. Got good relative strength here today. Yeah, still coming in. Hey, William, WMB, good morning over in the YouTube room. Good morning, Blake. Good morning. Not much to do or ask in this market. Nope. LPT is exactly what we are right now. Low probability trading environment. SPY just gapped down this morning, moved up, moved down. It's basically just chopping up and down, up and down. No direction here to lean on at all. Again, low probability trading environment. You've got to be really quick to make any trades right now today. I haven't touched any SPY super system trades at all. We did close out Campbell Soup this morning for a nice profit right on the open. It came down hard right on the open, and our order got filled. Still in Pepsi short. WMB seems like a VWAP break. Rejection is not good. A good entry. What price action scenario would I consider good for an opportunity? Listen, the market's being driven by news. There's nothing driving the market right now except news. It's just waiting on news. It reacts to news, and then it just basically just chops around. 550.50 is the resistance and support level on the SPY. We've been up and down through this thing the last 2 or 3 days. There isn't any really. You have to find some really extremely good stocks to try to swing. And even for intraday trades right now, you've got to be really quick. Most of these trades are not going to last more than a few candles. So, for normal purposes, for the traders that aren't really experienced, this is just a terrible market to be trying to trade. It really, really is difficult. Pats, Daily Nation morning. Would you say the neutral to bearish movement in the T2104 from 930 to 1040 was a divergence from the SPY move up? Yeah, it obviously was a divergence, but if I look at the overall from this morning, all I'm really seeing is just a flat T2104.
I've seen a pop on the complete circulation, regarding rebuy. Keep in mind, members, this was PR'd yesterday on LUCY. You'll see a quick heads up on that one. Once again, the LUCY, I was thinking a pump on the name, but keep in mind, members, just say heads up, that was out yesterday.
Just not a lot of good trading opportunities here right now. App bouncing up now. Netflix red today. Finding anything good to trade right now is trying to find a needle in a haystack. SLH is a decent short. You can see it's been drifting down all day. Tight, small little candles, but staying below the 15. This AREB was out on, just had news a little while ago. I'm not chasing anything right now. There's a spy right down to the VWAP again, trying to bounce again. And SPY comes down, bounces back up again. It's holding above the 550, 550.50 level. Again, market has no idea what it wants to do here. Just no trend to follow at all. So we call it LPTE, low probability trading environment. That's what we're in. Again, we want to trade high probability trades. It's hard to trade high probability trades when the whole market is low probability. You don't have the SPY or the Qs to give you a push. So you have to really find outstanding stocks. MLGO coming in, Summit coming in. I own some of that. Mosaic up here this morning. GWRE is a decent setup. That was pointed out here just a little bit ago by Ali in the room. GWRE, relatively bullish right now, obviously outperforming the market. All right. Another spam call. EPP coming right up toward the VWAP again. Aplova, nothing can move a lot, so very expensive stock or very volatile stock. Harmeet, how do I use T2104 in conjunction with SPY? I just use it to look for big divergences. That's all. Cumulative volume. If you get a huge amount of buying volume and the market's going down, if the buying volume is higher than the selling volume and the market's going down, it's a divergence. That's all. And a lot of times I use it at the end of the day to take an overnight SPY or a Q, a put or call, if there's a significant enough divergence. Viking Therapeutics VKTX up today. It's trading at 29.11, and somebody put a price target on it yesterday of $104 to the upside, so that was a pretty aggressive pricing on VKTX. I don't know when they expect it to get to 104, but it's trading at 29.10 right now, up about 12% today. All right. Most analysts put the price between 100 and 150 for VKTX. There's a lot of uncertainty about its weight loss drug. Yeah, these are wild guesses. Yeah, and they're pretty wild too. I mean, it's an $80 move, but that's crazy things that happen. These biotechs can be pretty crazy. And the options are usually pretty tough to trade. Harry says those are usually for the next year on the estimates. Yeah, I would think it would take at least a year to get, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's. It could be FDA and thought it's coming out or something. Those can really send things flying, but that's a pretty aggressive price on Viking. But I don't really matter. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just trying to decide whether it's worth a long for right now for just a day trade. Yeah, spreads are pretty big on this thing. Not huge, but fairly big. The $28 calls for this week, which you got about $1.05 in the money, are going for $1.66 by $1.79.
I'm seeing a little volume continuing. MP, following comments by Bergum, says U.S. considering taking equity stake in mineral companies.
You've been in that thing since 15. Rode it up to 80 and then back down to 19. Yeah, that's a crazy ride. Again, I just took some calls in VKTX expiring this week. I just took some $28 calls in VKTX. This is really speculative here. I don't see an awful lot to trade here right now. And with that kind of info on VKTX, that'll cause some buying. And it's moved up 12%, so it's got a pretty good roof this morning. But again, I just took some calls on it for this week. It's got room to the upside right now to the 100-day moving average, which is around $33. So I just took a few calls on this thing in VKTX. So long VKTX. I'm not going to post it. It's very, very speculative here. But I am long VKTX.
Continued commentary out by the London says all cars that are finished in the U.S. that have 85% domestic content will have no tariffs.
SPY jumping up here. Butnick says all cars that are finished in the U.S. that have 85% domestic content will have no tariffs. It'd be interesting to figure out what 85% of it is. That's going to be tricky. I mean, if they're putting tariffs on the parts coming into the country and then they put them into the cars, then you have to take the... I don't know how that's going to work. Jurgen, BRO after earnings broke the 200. What do I think about it? BRO. It's sitting right on almost on the 200-day moving average. Here it is right here off of earnings, Brown and Brown. It's a little bit below the 200 right here, but if you look at the 5-minute chart on this thing, this is a gap down, and this is just a big compression. For me to consider taking short on this thing, it would have to confirm below the 200 on the daily. At the end of the day, would have to stay below the 200. But it takes a few days for the stocks to settle down after earnings like that. Tarma, does the divergence stop me from taking day trades? For example, if I want to go long the SPY, but the PA is bullish, but the volume is bearish, does that keep me from doing that? Yeah, I take it into consideration for sure, but most of my SPY trades on intraday trades are pretty quick. I'm just trading off of the SPY super system right here. I'm just trading off of the momentum and the 15 and the VWAP. So I don't take that into consideration because I'm not going to be in the trade long enough for that to have an impact on it. Again, I took some VKTX calls. Again, I took some VKTX. I'm just kind of watching the price action on it here. It's got room up to about 33 bucks. But I'm not going to be in it that long. This is a day trade for me because this is just a nice move up in it, and I'm sure a lot of this is being created by the big price target that was put on this thing. Just watching the SPY here again. It's not going anywhere. It's just not going anywhere. Market is news driven. It's waiting for news. It just is drifting around. This is low probability trading environment. You've got to be very careful in these kind of environments. You don't have any particular direction in the market that's going to help you with your stock. So the stocks, if you take any trades, they have to be really outstanding stocks. They've got to be outperforming. Again, I took VKTX this morning, just now. Again, it's outperforming the SPY by quite a lot. If I look at the daily chart on VKTX, this is it on the 5-minute chart on my TC2000 platform. This little red and green line here, this is the SPY, right? So there's the SPY gap down this morning, and here's the SPY right now, just chopping around. But see, the market's coming down, VKTX moving up. Market coming down, VKTX moving up. Market coming down, VKTX moving up. This relative strength, that's what you look for in a stock. is relative strength. If you look at something like sell H, here this morning, today it was very bearish. As the market moved up, it moved down. Market moved up, it moved down. But here it is reversing here now. So again, they don't. Relative strength, relative weakness doesn't necessarily last all day or even for a couple hours. But when you take a trade, you'd like to have a stock with relative strength or relative weakness, which VKTX does here. And again, I'm not going to be in this thing very long. This is a speculative trade. It's got relative strength. It's got some catalyst because of the upgrading on the price target. So that's why I took it. Because frankly, I can't find an awful lot to trade here right now. I mean, I can't really take SPY super system trades here. All right, see if we get any more questions right now. Again, not an awful lot to trade. It's a very low probability trading environment here. You have to be looking for very strong or very weak stocks, because otherwise you don't have any market tailwind to help you at all. Again, here's the SPY just chopping around. VKTX, stacking green candles. So I'll take something like that on a day like this, but you got to be very cautious here. This Tesla got a little bounce up, but again, this is choppy as heck. Pony bouncing up from yesterday, but still coming off of lows here. When you use this cascading up scan, if you're looking at the symbol, this is telling you it's got at least 3 green candles in a row, just to the upside. But you see the color here, Tesla's red for the day. You see it's down for the day. So you know it's bouncing off of a low. If the stock is green for the day with a plus like PayPal, you know that it's actually coming up, and it's green for the day. It's coming up above the open. HIM's just kind of moving sideways here right now. And VKTX still going up, and Pepsi we'd like to go short, but it's been strong here today, coming up to a pivot point. So I just watched this VKTX price action. For any kind of a drop in momentum. by just chopping, chopping, chopping. The only thing I'm in right now is VKTX. And I got Pepsi, of course. It's more of a swing type trade. Had that for a couple of days, but I'm just looking to see if I can get VKTX to push up a little bit more. Again, it's got some room up to the 50-day moving average, but I'm looking for some resistance here. At 30.14 is the closest resistance I think I can find. Wait a minute, had my mic off. Sorry about that, Bats. I did have my mic off. Had to cough and I forgot to turn it back on again. Again, market just chopping all over the place. Again, I'm still long VKTX and getting ready to take that off on the next bounce, if we get another bounce. HIMS bouncing up here again. It's a potential straddle or strangle on HIMS. Just not an awful lot to trade today. Haven't taken any trades on SPY Super System trades. This is just way too choppy. I've got about 12:10, almost. Again, I'm going to get some lunch here in just a little bit. SPY starting to bounce up again here a little bit. 553. SPY's high yesterday, by the way. The high on yesterday was 553.55. 553.55. So pretty close to that right now. So that will be some resistance most likely. Basically just today's high was about 10 cents below there. KTX coming back in again here now. The first weakness really shown today. Volume's not that big, but it's coming in pretty hard. Watch it here a bit. about 12:15 here. So I'm going to grab some lunch. Getting hungry, so I'll be back after lunch. I'll be here watching the market as well. And I'm going to have to shut down the YouTube feed. So thanks everybody from YouTube for being here today. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the good questions out there. Thank you so much. And look forward to seeing some of you folks in the room. All right, we'll go ahead and shut down YouTube, and then I'll go ahead and grab a little lunch. See you later tomorrow, folks, on YouTube. Again, around 11 o'clock tomorrow we'll get started on Wednesday.